Currently, we are in one of the most important months for Social Security recipients. September will decide the fate for Social Security recipients for 2024. So what's going on right now? If we take a look at some of the headlines here, 4 updates retirees should know for September 2023. As mentioned, one of the most important months. I'll go over the reason why in a bit. But if we scroll down to number 2, GOP candidates eye cuts. So cutting Social Security, obviously not an option. No one should ever do that. But what is being said? I'm going to play a full video clip of what one Republican is saying about cutting Social Security or actually reforming Social Security. I'll play the full video clip of what is said there. And if Congress doesn't do anything, we are in a lot of trouble for Social Security. With over a dozen bills in Congress right now, what is the action being taken for Social Security? I'm going to give you all of the important updates, let you know the latest of what's going on with Social Security. So if you're on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, any type, you're going to want to pay attention to this entire video as I have a lot of important information to share with you, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these regular Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more regular Social Security updates. And this video is sponsored by my company, Wise Sense. We fix bad credit. So if you or anyone you know wants to fix your credit so that you can have more opportunities in life and fix your future, I got a link down in the description below. Click that link. You could schedule a free consultation call with me and I'll go over your options of fixing your credit. All right, let's get into it right here. Social Security cuts. 4 updates retirees should know for September 2023. So Social Security cuts should never happen. But what is going on here? Let me give you the numbers, let you know exactly what's going on. Let's go to number 1. Funding shortfall could cost you $17,400. The coming OASI fund depletion might seem like an abstract concept to Social Security beneficiaries because it's still about a decade away. But the Nonprofit Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, the CRFB, recently put the impact in stark, concrete terms when it estimated that some retirees could face a cut more than $17,000 a year. So according to this August 8th report, looks like that typically new retired dual income couples would face an immediate cut of $17,400 a year. For a typical single income couple, it could be a projected $13,100 per year if Social Security is not fixed. So what are some people, more specifically politicians, doing about it? What are they talking about? So let's go over number 2, GOP candidates eye cuts. So this week, Republican presidential candidate debate in Milwaukee was notable for mostly the absence of former President Trump. However, 2024 candidate and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie made headlines before the debate when he said Social Security will be bankrupt in 11 years and accused some of his fellow candidates of being liars and cowards for not tackling funding problems head on. He also said it's time to start thinking about cutting the program. Trump publicly opposes cutting Social Security benefits, a policy mostly shared by fellow Republican candidates Tim Scott, Vivek, and Doug Burgum, and Asa Hutchinson. Also, Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley have both floated the idea of raising the full retirement age for younger workers, which would essentially cut benefits by delaying the time seniors can access their full benefits. Former Vice President Mike Pence has proposed privatizing Social Security. So when it comes to Nikki Haley, let's take a look at this video clip right here, see what she has to say about Social Security reform.
My issue is this, Social Security. And looking at this crowd here, either we're close to it or we're there. We keep hearing that there's not enough money and that the best answer is to make the people working work longer. I've had a job since I was 14. I've worked 40 years. I've served my country.
God bless you.
There's not an issue with enough money. It's going to the wrong people.
That's right.
We have millions of deadbeats. I know I can count 4 right now. In their 20s. One of them's dating my daughter. Playing video games. collecting about $1,500 a month. Imagine $1 million like that. 10 million. The 5 million coming into our country illegally. The answer is not making us who work harder and longer. It's getting the people off it who don't deserve it. That is just my statement. I wish more politicians would look at it that way, because the answer is always the same. It's, we're going to raise the age, and the sheep are like, oh yeah, that sounds great. No, that's not the right answer.
And I can give you what my answer is. So first of all, when it comes to entitlements, think of this. Social Security will go bankrupt in 10 years. Medicare will go bankrupt in 8. Any candidate that tells you they're not going to do anything to your entitlements, they're not going to do anything to it, or they're not for entitlement reform, means that they're going to come into office and leave the country bankrupt and hop off and run, and you're going to be without anything. We will do entitlement reform, but it will be for like my kids in their 20s. You raise their retirement age to life expectancy. You go in, instead of cost of living increases, you do increases based on inflation. You expand Medicare Advantage plans. There are things that you can do, but you don't take away from anyone who's been promised. You don't extend the age date on when you can get your benefits. What you were promised, you will always get under my watch. But let me give you an example of a couple of other things that I did. When I said in South Carolina we had thousands of people on welfare, it makes no sense to pay someone to sit still, put them in training, get them the ability to do for themselves. For so many of those people, they didn't know how to get the training. They didn't know how to get the job. And those businesses were desperate for people. And so we connected the dots.
What are your thoughts on what Nikki Haley has to say about Social Security? Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's get back to the list here. So the latest COLA estimate. Could hurricanes play a part? So as mentioned, September, most important month of the year, because the economic numbers of this month, September, is going to determine what the official COLA number is by October 12th. On October 12th, the official COLA number will be decided, and that number will go into effect starting in January. So as of now, 3% looks like it is the current rate for what it's going to be in 2024. So, oops, let me get rid of these notifications. So when it comes to the COLA adjustment, looks like 3% is it. Big question, could hurricanes play a role? It's a catchy headline, but no, hurricanes won't change, like the damages from hurricanes won't change that COLA. So currently 3%, it may go slightly higher, slightly lower, but not by much. Number 4, what your check might look like. The average Social Security benefit doesn't change much from month to month or even year to year, but it doesn't remain stagnant either. The average benefit for retired workers as of July 2023 is $1,883 per month. And then for those average of spouses of retired workers, $891 per month. So those are the numbers. That's the article. Those are the changes that could be happening for September, what to be aware of. But big question here. How much will Social Security benefits be cut if Congress sits on its hands? The numbers are scary. Well, it's an 11% cut, as mentioned before. And we keep going over this over and over. Congress putting out over a dozen bills in Congress to help and expand Social Security, but yet there is still no action for Social Security. We hear a lot of talk, nothing being done yet. Probably it may have to take an election year for something to actually be done about Social Security. We hear a lot of talk, but there's no votes. They could talk as much as they want, but if your Social Security check is not getting higher, they are not doing enough. Anyways, that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I'm going to tell something what you should do. Don't let anybody tell you different. You are beautiful. You are full with excitement. You are great the way you are. Don't let anybody tell you any different. You are great the way you are. You are full with excitement, and you are great just the way you are within person. Bye. That's all I wanted to say for you. And be yourself. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your support. Don't forget, if you know anyone who has bad credit and want to fix it, I got a link down in the description below. And if you want to see how you could get a potential 10% COLA increase, what would have to happen, what bill is actually giving a 10% increase, you're going to want to click this video right up here as I'll go over exactly how you could potentially get a 10% COLA increase. So click that video now and I'll share that information. I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.